What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Darius Buildz. So I'm using the Bubble Caprice fuel pump in a Bubble Caprice plastic fuel tank. If you buy a Bubble Caprice plastic fuel tank, you need to ensure that it has the fuel pump lockdown ring. These lockdown rings, nobody makes them. These are worth their weight in gold. And that is from a EFI car, so it has the baffles and everything in there that you need for your LS swap. So you can check forums and stuff to see if it works for your car you're LS swapping, but it definitely works for a box Caprice because I'm not the first and I definitely won't be the last one to do this. Stock style sending unit, TI Automotive, Walbro 255 fuel pump, TI Automotive, the number, and then made in USA. And it also came with fuel filter kit, the harness, hose, crimp connectors, a new oscillator, and 2 hose clamps. The aftermarket fuel sending unit came a new O-ring, a new filter for the stock style pump, which it does not fit the Walbro TI Automotive pump. These fuel filters, or at least the one that I got, I don't know if it's shipping oil or if it's the residual left over from them testing it, but be careful, take the cap off, because whatever it is in there will come out, and it doesn't smell the best, and it's very potent. So don't do this like in your living room, because you're not going to like that smell, and your significant other is probably going to fuss you out. Let's see if we need to install this. This pump looks mighty small, so what we're going to do is try to fish it in here first, and let's see how it actually fits. And yeah, this has way too much wiggle in the jiggle, and it is oval shaped, so just make sure that the ovals run aligned with the plugs, and it'll fit better and it'll look better. So let's get this dropped in here, and then let's see if that takes up most of the slack. Yeah, that fits in there. So before I lock it down, let's go ahead and take the little bottom cap off. And let's go ahead and get the sock on. And hopefully the sock is oriented to where it'll work. So the sock just goes right on, like so. I probably need to trim. I probably should trim a little bit of the plastic case to get it where it fits up on there a little bit more. So I might go ahead and do that. Probably grab my Dremel and just do a little bit of trimming. All right, we are back. Made our little modification. Gonna take the filter, get it lined up. Oh, fits perfect. So it's all the way seated. You can see that the cut we made was a good cut. Everything clears. It is all the way seated. That looks good. So to hold that filter on, it comes with this. So be careful to not lose it. And that just goes right there. And then I would imagine you could just push it with your fingers. What is this? This is a 5.5 millimeter. We'll get it on there. That ain't going nowhere. So now we got all that done. Let's see if the factory top will work. So let's take this off. And let's see if we can contort this to how I think it should go. And it's fitting around the plug. Snap, snap. Oh, snap. Okay, cool. So The TI Automotive Walbro 255 fits in. You got to do a little bit of modification for the fuel filter to sit flush. And then the top part feels like it sits in really good on there and it snaps into place, and you got room for your plug. And of course, this is not the stock fuel pump, so it will not plug directly in. It would be cool if it did, but it does not. So the next thing we need to do is take the harness that came with it. We're going to cut off the plug from the sending unit, and then we are going to mend these wires together. So just going to whop that off. I will strip all these back, and let's get to connecting these bad boys. Strip these wires back. Give it tug test. Just gonna hit them with the heat gun. I want to do a continuity check just to make sure that we do indeed have a good connection. So the red is going to be gray, and then of course black is going to be ground, and then purple is going to be the fuel sender level. I think the only thing left now to do is to get this installed into the tank. But before we go ahead, let's make sure that we plug our plug back in, because that would also be something stupid to not do, because then you'll be chasing your tail trying to figure out why it's not working when you simply did not plug the connector in. And before we go on, let's just explain these three lines here: return line, vent line, feed line. And I can't say that all of the GM regulators are the same, but for this one, this is what this is going to be. If you have it in the tank, it might not be that easy to figure out. When you have it out the tank, you can see that this is the feed, this is the vent, and this is the return. If you need to figure it out, unplug the fuel line, provide power, and whichever one that fuel comes out of, you know that's the feed line. We just got to figure out the other two. How, when it's in the tank, I don't know. But if you have a good way to figure that out in the tank, let us know. Remember what I said earlier? What is the most important part of this tank? This. This is the most important part of this tank. This part is not made anymore. If you don't get it with your tank, you're going to be sad. These cars feel behind the license plate tag. This is the feel, this is the vent. So this is going towards the rear of the car, and this is going towards the front of the car. So the fuel pump is going to sit in with the lines coming this way. The fuel pump, and hopefully the sock, because I don't know how it sits from the factory, but hopefully the sock sitting to the side will be fine. But I don't know if this is going to be possible. So I feel like the fuel filter should be facing the other way. I pulled everything apart and I turned it the opposite way. So it was turned toward, the filter was that way. I flipped it around that way. That caused another problem to where the top wouldn't fit back on. So I cut the clamp and I cut a little piece of the bottom of the hose off. This pump ain't going nowhere. It's not going to lift up. It's down there pretty good. So now, in theory, in my brain, this should fit down in the gas tank now. So if I put the fuel sender thing in there, it should fit. Haha, and it does. Well, yep, clear. Cool. So that's down in there. The feed line and everything fits. Cool. All right. And then the tank has a little notch right there, and that's where the notch on the fuel sender sits down in there. And the fuel center has that spring on it. That way you push it down and then it actually puts the pickup in the bottom of the tank. Hold on, wait a minute. I need to put the O-ring on here. Nah. I feel like I've messed with that filter so much already. Alright, so then that sits down right there. Without that, probably would have been smelling gas. And then we're going to take the most important part of the tank. And get this on there. So the tabs on the regulator lines up with the tabs on the hold down bracket. So then you just push it down and apply the bolts. All right. So, and this is my first time doing any of this stuff. So don't be scared to get into it. This video was from a first timer's perspective. First time installing a fuel pump into a fuel sender. First time. So if I can do it, you can do it. And hopefully it doesn't leak. And hopefully it works. I feel like for first time people, this will be very helpful because I'm breaking it down step by step. And we all learning together. So on to the next video. Like the video, share the video, comment on the video, subscribe to the channel. Think, build, enjoy. Peace.